linear programming is essentially you have 24 hours within the day. So what do? You allocate a time slot for every program. So in order for you to catch your favorite TV show or a newscast, you have to literally be home sitting in front of the television to catch that program. So that's linear programming. They do not wait for you. Okay, you're late 5 minutes, well, you're 5 minutes into the show. So that's old media. Now, there's old media and new media. New media is random access. It's available anywhere and everywhere. You don't necessarily have to sit through a schedule to watch your favorite TV show. You don't have to rush home to catch the latest episode of Game of Thrones. You can literally just go onto your mobile device.
First of all, you've heard of Viewsasa, yes? You've seen Viewsasa ads all over. That's new media. I mean, you might think of Netflix, you might think of all these things, but locally we have Viewsasa. Now, what are your experiences as what John has introduced? What are your experiences in terms of new media?
You'll find that most of the programs or the programs that has been shown or has been displayed on the TV or the screens,
yeah,
you'll get that they have been recorded. And if you got a chance to miss, or you are not present by that time, you'll get a chance to at least have a review of what happened. So it gets more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are trying then to use the platform of the internet. We're using that platform then to bring what? Engagement into it. Now, does that really need you to be just a communication student? Does that need you to have studied media only? All right, you might have very good content on geography. Or Hunter here, who does what do you do, Hunter? What is accounts? Hunter can be talking and vlogging about accounts, and hence you can use then that media to actually do that. Does that make sense? So we are at an amazing time in our life right now, because then you can use that particular media to do whatever you want with whatever discipline that you're in.
Now, let us segue into what exactly it means to be in charge of your own content. Again, it's all about content creation, right? When we say content creation, it's not so much in the sense of, let's say you're writing for a short film, or you're writing for a documentary or a feature film. Now, it's sort of like the same principles apply, okay? And these principles are always, story is king. If you don't have a story, it doesn't matter what you may have the best camera in the world, you may have the best lighting system, the best sound equipment. If your story is not together, it means nothing. It's just beautiful images with no substance, okay? And the key, again, you gotta have a story. If you have a story to tell, whether you're an accountant, you're a geologist, you're a geography major, whether you're a media major, or a med student or a law student, you still have something to offer. And again, write about what you know. So in the same token, as you build your fan base, engage. You may address them by their handle, or they comment back. And this is how, again, you build a reciprocity. They will keep coming back to basically check your content. And again, another point is to create content regularly.
So what we want to base on is that we want to show you how you can actually create content with just one camera and maybe just good sound. All right, that's it. So tell me, what do you know about our camera? You can pick it up, then. Do you have one like this?
Wow.
How many have their own cameras, maybe? Alex? So Alex and Jerry, yes? Alex? So what do you do?
I basically take pictures and shoot for my friend's YouTube channel.
Ah, good. So what content do you actually create?
It's funny videos where he uploads it on YouTube. Basically, that's it.
What is your experience so far? How are the hits? Are you earning from YouTube yet? Do you have like 5 million views?
Not yet, it's a startup.
It's a startup.
Yeah.
I like it because now you're approaching it like a what? like a business. Are we together? It's a business. And a business can earn you what? That's why you call it a startup, because at one point, the startup then will start to earn you some money. Okay? What do you guys use when you're shooting your content? The guys who do not have their own cameras. What do you guys use? You use your? Smartphone. See, say it loud and be proud of it.
China phone.
What else? What else? Your friend's camera? Phone?
Yeah, iPhone.
It's very specific to the iPhone. Yourself?
I just use a phone.
You just use a phone. Alright, so and how has you using the phone, how has it been working for you?
The first time we shot with our smartphone, we didn't get really good footage, and then we couldn't manipulate the pixels and all. But then we got to learn about apps that can help us control the phone camera itself and improve our image quality.
And does that get you, now we're talking about image quality, does that get you what you really want? Or do you struggle with it?
It gives us fairly good content, so we are happy with it.
Yes.
Because considering we're using a smartphone, so it's really good. If it was a camera, we wouldn't say it's really good.
Yes.
It would be fair.
It would be very good, yeah?
Yeah.
The sensor on the camera phone is literally about this big. You can't even see it from where you're sitting, okay? And we have different denominations of sensors. You have these camera sensors. You have what we call micro four third sensors. You have crop sensors and super 35 and full frame sensors. And what does that mean? That means, again, remember the sensor is a part of the camera that processes light. Essentially, it records light. The best way, in fact, to capture this sort of like beautiful light is not to go face on, because now what's going to happen? You're going to be all flat. There's no depth. So what do? You capture at an angle. Now all of a sudden you're creating drama. You're creating what we call basically asymmetry, where now this side of the face is lit, and again you're still getting sort of like the little triangle, what we call the Rembrandt lighting that gives you that beautiful sort of like, it gives your face depth. Okay? It makes you look handsome, and then the girls, it makes you look beautiful. You know what I mean? Even if there's slight variation in the lighting as you're walking, because this is obstructed, it's nice because now you're introducing different elements in your shot. It's not boring. You know what I mean? You're walking, you're talking, you got great light, you're capturing beautiful images. And again, it's to be natural.
So that's cool, that's very good. But then, guys, even if you're writing your blogs, you have then, if you're going then to push your content, because then you're trying to engage your audience on maybe Instagram, okay? Or maybe Facebook, you have to have, it has to be targeted. What do I mean by this? Okay? It does not just make sense for you then to just to have an Instagram account where you're just posting and that's it. You have to use that social media platform that you have to be able to hold on to maybe your blogs. Okay, so it's more targeted. Are we together? And then hence it brings more. The word that we talk about is what? Traffic. What we want for our platforms is to have traffic. Okay? And that's what basically how you can use in social media to be like this gentleman here who has a startup business of content creation on YouTube.
Anything and everything usually starts in your head, okay? This camera here, it started in somebody's head, yeah? This recorder, it started right here. Then it was put down on paper, okay? You conceptualize it, you design it, and you plan and you execute. It's the same concept. I meet so many people, they're like, well, I have this great idea for a short film. Do you have a synopsis? Do you have a treatment? No. Where is it? It's in your head. No, you don't have it. You don't have it. Put it on paper. Then you have something, okay? Whatever ideas you have, whether you wake up from a dream, you say, whoa, this was a dope story. Write it down or record it. Just say it into your phone. Record the idea, put it on paper, or type it on your keyboard. Record the idea. So story, again, is key. So you have to put these things together, okay, systematically. So again, we talk about equipment, phones, natural lighting, okay, we talk about editing, we talk about, again, shoot to edit, okay, don't fire hose, always frame your shots, boom, hold it for up to 10 seconds, then go on to the next shot. And that's how you compose your shots, you shoot to edit. And then of course we talk about social media. Social media now is again what we talk about, new media, how you become your own production company, you become your own producer, your own director of photography, your own publicist. You're a one-man operation or one-woman operation. So you become such a powerful entity that you don't have to answer to anyone except, again, yourself, and be responsible in creating your content. Okay? Be responsible, be mindful not to offend certain groups of people or just be too insensitive about certain things. And of course, we talk about building an audience, share information, there's social responsibility, we just talked about that, and also community building. Once you create a community, then you're able to again leverage this community to get your point across, to proliferate your message. And again, remember, content is king. So set forth and create content and share, share, share. And now we come to the Q&A portion of this presentation. So if you guys have any questions, the floor is all yours. Go ahead, guys.
So let's say, for an example, with the age group that we have here, you'll find that most of the friends that we have on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat are probably our age mates. So then you create a content targeting them, you share, and you don't get views. Thereafter, how then do you make sure that you have the right target audience for your content?
But as you said, your audience is a mixed bag of these different age groups. Now, certain contents might resonate with the teens or the 20-something or the 30-somethings. Now, you will never be able to please everyone. And the key is to be unapologetic about the content that you make. Once you pick a niche, market, a target, you have to lock onto it and grow it, because you're never going to be able to cross over the age gap. I mean, never say never, because some contents are universal. For instance, funnies, okay? People love to see people fall and hurt themselves. And there's a reason, these type of channels are universal. And these are rare cases, though, where universally you show it to a child, you'll think it's hilarious. So for you, you got to pick, even if it's a mixed bag of age group, find something that they have in common, something that you have in common with them, and do that. Because then, if the teens say, well, we don't like this because whatever, then you try to please that group, you're going to piss off the two other groups. Then they're going to be, hey, what about us? Then you try to switch to them, they say, hey, what about us? And it's a lose-lose situation. Pick a lane, stay in your lane. Does that answer your question?
And then you said you're studying what, economics, yes, finance?
Yeah.
So I've not seen anyone talking about the shares, financial market. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
And of course, there are people who want to know about those things. Young people are now investing in all those things. So maybe it's
Yeah,
platform.
but there are, not to cut you off, but there are people who talk about that. But now,
yes,
are there people? What John is saying is essentially, are there people addressing your particular group? You know what I mean? I mean, you have like the Susie Ormans, you have these other financial gurus that do big shows and talk about it. They have YouTube channels as well. But now, are they targeting your demographic? Are they targeting your specific group of people that you, in turn, that could essentially be the seed that grows your viewership? All right, that's it. So as we say, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, yeah. All right.
Yeah. Again, guys, don't forget the hashtags. I'm going to put them up again on the screen. If you may oblige us, just proliferate these hashtags in the coming months. will be trending, hopefully, with the help of you guys.
We are going to have a follow-up of this workshop sometime in March. And that one will be more intensive. 2-3 days? Around 2-3 days. So we do hope that by that time, this fire that we have lit is going to be a little more intense, and we'll have people on board, and we hope to see the results of the workshops. Now, I don't want to say anything because with me, I always enjoy listening to especially issues to do with film. It's always fresh. Perhaps let me also mention that they are doing this free of charge. I think they need a hand.
First of all, let me say I appreciate for you being here. I appreciate that effort, and I appreciate what you have done today. And to the students, I want to appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much.
We're very grateful for such an opportunity to find people who are actually in the industry to come and talk to us about what we can expect out there. It's a really good form of mentorship, and it shows that you're not keeping the secrets to yourself. You're willing for us to get to your level and maybe even become better. And it's also a good thing that we can have such a forum where we're not pressured that we are doing this for exams. There'll be a test afterwards, so it makes us more free.
Oh, by the way, there is a test, yeah.
Oh, okay. But it makes us a bit more free to know that it won't be written in our degree. It makes us more free and comfortable to be able to open up, ask questions where we are not sure, and actually just talk about it. Instead of trying to be perfect in it, we learn from where we are at our level and work to become better.